Once upon a time, there was a teacher in a far, far away land called Pepperland. Her name was Miss Withet, except she wasn't very with it. She has become frazzled and overwhelmed by her problems with conducting the classroom. "I don't know what to do," cried Miss Withet. "I have tried everything, but nothing is working. Students do not pay attention to me, they do the wrong work at the wrong time, and misbehave in general. And forget group work, it's become a mockery." An old, wise woman appeared out of nowhere. "Who are you?" asked Miss Withet.
"I am the ghost of classrooms past, present, and future. I am here to help you."
"How? And where did you come from?"
My mission is to help suffering teachers come up with new methods of teaching. By the end of this day, you will know how to effectively plan and conduct instruction at the same time as managing activities, transitions, and cooperative learning groups,"
explained the ghost. Miss Withet looked around and noticed that she was no longer in her classroom, but flying through the air, heading towards an old one-room schoolhouse.
"Do you know where you are?"
asked the ghost. Miss Withet examined the place and said, "No, I do not."
"Well, this is what your classroom used to look like. Students felt as though they were cut off from the real world. They sat in distinct rows and never interacted together. All you did was lecture at them. Seeing this again, what do you think?"
"I didn't know it looked so horrible. I had to change my methods because I realized that my students were not achieving to the best of their ability. They were not having fun or enjoying school. Most of them needed to do different types of activities in one period, or else they could not focus. I talked to other teachers and came up with a new design." Suddenly, Miss Withet found herself back in her own classroom. However, it was during a lesson from the previous week. Miss Withet got a glimpse of her own classroom and teaching methods from an outsider's perspective.
"Yes,"
started the ghost.
"this is your classroom. Only, as I'm sure you have noticed, you see yourself conducting a lesson."
"Oh my, look at the students! Cell phones in hands under desks. Groups are not talking about what they're supposed to be discussing. And it's so loud. It's like a circus in here. It is so hard to work with this class. I started using groups more often for activities and discussions, but they do not stay focused, and it's hard to bring them back to whole group instruction."
"Yes, this is the exact opposite of what your classroom looked like in the past. Now, the reason I'm here is to help you create a new classroom instructional plan and teaching method. Are you ready?"
"Yes," exclaimed Miss Withet.
"All right. Well, first of all, you need to have a master plan. This master plan should be done prior to the instructional period. It will be where you plan out every activity you will do with this class, like opening the period, seat work, recitation and discussion, content development, group work, and much more. Follow me so far?"
"Yes, I'm following. This is all so new and helpful already," said Miss Withet.
After that, you should consider Kuhnen's concepts for managing group instruction. The concept focuses on preventing misbehavior, like the terms withetness and overlapping. Withetness refers to the teacher's ability to correct misbehavior before it worsens, spreads to more students, or targets students. In order to do this, you must be familiar with overlapping, which means being able to handle multiple simultaneous events. This means handling two events at once without dropping one for the other, like a student leaving class in the middle of a discussion. Also, keep your class running smoothly and at a good pace. This will allow students to focus more on what's going on in class rather than what's going on Facebook. When it comes to group work, you have to ensure that every student is accountable for his or her own grade, and that the group stay focused. In order to have this master plan work, you must have good transition methods. Students easily lose concentration on the class during transition, especially drawn-out, off-task ones. Make transitions swift and quick.
"Wow! So if I remember to do all these things, I should have better luck at conducting class instruction. All of it!" exclaimed Miss Withet.
These are all helpful classroom management tips, and if you learn from this experience, you will be completely prepared for your future lessons.